Namaste, dosto. Kaise, how are you guys? It's not the best of times right now, right? So today, let's talk in this live stream about the situation here in India, my situation in India, what's happening around me where I am, and I also got quite a concerning email from a foreigner who's been quarantined in Kerala. So I'll read that email out to you guys as well. Hello, I can see you guys in the chat there. What is up? Not much today because we're all under this Janta curfew, this public curfew. But we'll talk more about that in a second. First, a quick channel update. So what's been happening? Because right now, I don't feel like releasing food videos. I don't feel like watching travel videos. I don't feel like watching scam videos or scam call center videos. And this is what I had lined up for you guys. I had tons of footage filmed that I've been editing right now to release to you guys. Food videos, travel videos, scam videos. But right now, do you guys feel like watching that? Let me know in the chat right now. Because to be honest, I don't feel like watching that. The last thing I feel like watching right now is a travel video, right? You just can't relate to it, nah? Our minds are on this pandemic totally. And watching me traveling around in Agra, like, yeah, I don't think it works, nah? So I'll have to delay this content, nah? Until our minds come off this pandemic. Do you guys agree? Now, let's move on to my situation. Yeah, you guys agree. Good. I can see you guys commenting there. There's a few seconds of lag there. Some people are saying the audio is out of sync. I can't fix that right now, but I will fix that in the version that I release, all right? So my situation right now, I am meant to be studying Hindi. March 16th, I came to study Hindi full-time. I need to become fluent in Hindi, right? For my family, for you guys, so I can talk to you guys in Hindi more and create more videos in Hindi. But they shut down the schools, nah? So I'm not in Delhi, obviously. I'm in a hotel here, and I'm kind of stuck here, nah? Like, yeah, not a bad place to be stuck there because where I am, I'm very isolated, okay? So it's fine, and I can't say where I am because these scammers are always trying to work out my location. I've got to keep that kind of stuff private, but I am in the Himalayas. I can tell you that much. I'm isolated, I'm in these beautiful mountains, and I'm away from a lot of people. So where I am is a very, very good place to be right now. And outside, can't see anybody. So that's my situation. I was meant to be studying Hindi for 3 months full time. I'm still studying, but I'm studying over Skype, okay? That's what's happening right now. I'm doing Skype classes, which isn't ideal, and I will make some Hindi learning videos while I'm studying Hindi for these 3 months. And, you know, the comparison between is Skype or is in-person language classes better. I'll make some more relatable content over the next few weeks until we get COVID off our minds. And now your situation, let me know what you guys are doing in the chat right now. Let me know what is your situation where you are. Around me, I've made a lot of friends already with the business owners, and their business here in the mountains is zero. Foreigners have completely left this area, as have domestic tourists. There is nobody here. I'm the only person in this hotel. Business is gone. It's just decimated. And I'm sure you guys are seeing that as well. Like Manisha and I were planning a travel company that has to be put on hold now, right? Like no one's traveling right now. And if I look closer to home, my family's in Delhi. We were meant to be having a wedding next week. I was meant to fly to Delhi for my brother-in-law's wedding, but the weddings are on hold now. They're doing a small private function at the bride's house now for the wedding. They're not doing a big Indian wedding anymore. And obviously I had flights booked, but there's no way I can take those flights anymore to go to Delhi. Like it's just too dangerous. I can't go to the wedding now. So that's how it's affecting me and everybody around me as well. Everybody is just in self-isolation here in India. And I'll talk about the Janta curfew soon. I want to see what you guys are doing. You're stuck in the Philippines. You can't come back to India. Damn, lockdown in Washington. Hindi mein boliye. Abhi nahi. Once I learn Hindi properly, then we can go full Hindi, all right. Auckland, New Zealand is hell. Yes, my brother has been telling me this, King Chicken. He's been sending me these photos from the supermarket, and there's no food on the shelves. People are going crazy and panic buying everything. I don't have much food where I am, but I know people around me will help me out if it gets worse. I've got a little bit of food, but I'm not panic buying, you know what I mean? You're in New York, you need a distraction? Yeah, a lot of people need a distraction right now. Nah? Oregon, USA. People are still going out, it's quiet, but restaurants and bars are closed there. Okay, cool. If you're in a more isolated place like Oregon, then and like I am here in the Himalayas, then it's a better situation, I think. Nagaland is a ghost town. So I'm purposely not returning to Delhi right now, just because I feel like I'm safer here, no? What else is happening? Oh, the comments are going crazy. I can't read what's happening everywhere, people. Corona nahi chahiye ji, bilkul sahi hai. Achhi baat bhai. You're in Nepal. Right now, like I said, I can't say right now. I never give my location out because scammers are always trying to find me. But I'm in the Himalayas. I'm very, very isolated where I am. Curfew, yeah, we've got a curfew across India. TK Chelo, let's move on. So India's situation right now. We'll go over a few news articles and I'll read you an email I got from a foreigner who is in isolation in Kerala. So today, on Sunday, is what's called a Janta curfew. The Prime Minister announced this. This is called Janta Matlab. It means a public curfew. So nobody's going outside from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. at night. That's what's happening today. We're all self-isolating ourselves inside. And when I look outside around where I am, there is absolutely nobody on the streets. All shops are closed. Nobody's walking around. Everybody's inside. So people are actually doing this curfew. People are listening to the Prime Minister, and they're doing this curfew, I think, to try and stop the spread at least for a day. It probably needs to go on for longer, to be honest, with the numbers that are growing here in India. The numbers are still quite small here, though. So that's what we're doing today, a public curfew. Now let's go into what's happened over the last week, all right? So March 12th, let me open up Chrome. This is March 12th. Coronavirus, a pandemic. India shuts doors to outsiders under self-imposed quarantine. So what they did was they shut the borders. All existing visas except diplomatic, UN, and international organizations, employment and project visas. Nobody can come basically except for diplomatic and employment visas, okay? They canceled all the tourist visas. The visa-free travel facility for OCI holders has been suspended as well. So what happened was they closed the borders on March 12th. A lot of foreigners' travel plans got cancelled. I've got so many messages from people who were coming to India, but because they've closed the borders from March 12th until April 15th, yeah, no one can come. And even NRIs and OCI card holders, it's hard for them to come back as well because visas have been suspended. This was a good step though, and it was quite an early step, I thought, as well. This is something that was needed at the time. And that suspension of visas is still there. It will be there till April 15th, and then they'll reevaluate if people can come back to India for travel or whatever. Now, after that, around like March 15th, the schools started closing. And I arrived here in the Himalayas on March 15th on my motorcycle to the news that my Hindi school was being closed the next day. And so I had to like find another place, and I had to do like Skype lessons online now. That's what I'm doing because all schools have been closed. That really sucks. But I totally understand. In India, I feel like India is taking really good measures to fight coronavirus so far. Then a few days later, I read this article in the Hindustan Times from Kerala. Foreign tourists hit hurdles in Kerala due to coronavirus. Coronavirus outbreak. With Kerala on high alert for coronavirus, foreign tourists visiting God's own country are finding it difficult to get accommodation and move around, prompting the government to disapprove of such acts and ask people not to see every foreigner as a COVID-19 carrier. So yeah, that leads us into an email that I got from a foreign tourist who is stuck in Kerala. I think the Kerala government's taken some extra steps to protect people in Kerala. Let me read you this email. Hi, I'm an American traveling in India right now. I've been placed under house arrest, something they're calling quarantine, in Kochi, simply for being a foreigner. That's what she says. She's been placed there just for being a foreigner. I've been in the country since, I won't say the date, since early March, the beginning of March. I have no COVID-19 symptoms. I haven't come from an affected area or been exposed to anyone with COVID-19 that I know of. The police have threatened me if I leave, and I'm not allowed to get on a flight back to the US either. She's in touch with the American embassy, but they don't seem to be able to do much. So she's stuck in her hotel in Kerala and has been told not to leave. Then we chatted for a bit, and the story continues. So I moved to a hotel in Kochi. Before that, she was in another part of India. I checked in. I was told the regional government had created new rules for foreigners and that I'd have to be confined for 2 weeks. I explained that I hadn't just arrived. They'd been here in India for a while, and she showed them her arrival stamp as proof. The hotel manager called, and she was told that the rules still applied to her. An officer with the COVID task force called me to tell me all of this and to ask questions. I asked him to test me for the virus, but he said they won't test her for it. I told him that this is not compatible with the guidelines on india.government.in, and he threatened me, saying that I can't leave, I can't return to the US, and if I try to leave, I'll be in very big trouble. When I asked for clarification, he hung up on me. Now, the hotel has been closed. She's just there with 2 caretakers, and she can only get food from delivery apps or local friends who can bring her food. She says it feels very surreal, and she was reaching out to me just to check if I had any contacts or I could give her any information or advice on what she could do. So you can imagine how she's feeling as a foreigner alone in a hotel in Kerala with nobody else there and she was spoken a little bit rudely by the COVID people. But you can imagine how she feels, and there's not much I could tell her besides keep talking to your embassy. They have all the information that is possible. They know everything that's happening. They're the only people that can really help you. And I also told her to go and talk to Kerala Tourism, because Kerala Tourism has been helping out foreigners to find accommodation and get food and that kind of stuff. So I think she's okay. It's just bad timing for her, to be honest. Some foreigners who have arrived after a certain date do have to go into self-quarantine. And it's the same back home in my country in New Zealand. If I return to New Zealand, I've got to be in a 14-day quarantine. So same rules in Kerala, but if you put yourself in her situation, you can imagine how it feels, nah? So it's a little bit scary. It sucks to be stuck somewhere in a hotel for 14 days, right? But that's how it is if you've arrived from overseas recently. You've got to go into 14-day quarantine. So that was her email. Now today, it's the Janta curfew, which I talked about before. People aren't leaving the house from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. We've gone over that, so I'm not leaving, I'm here. Guys, I can see your super chats. I will go over them at the end, and I do know the audio is out of sync. Not much I can do about that. I'll try fix it after the stream for people who are going to rewatch this. Now today, I want to show you this article from Rajasthan, okay? This was a very, I feel like this could be the future. This is a very, I mean, not the future, this could be something that's going to happen in other states, okay? This is from Rajasthan. Rajasthan announces complete lockdown till March 31. Now let me tell you what that means. I know you guys all know this means that private offices, malls, shops, factories, and public transport are closed. That's kind of the same everywhere right now. But look at this. Rajasthan's borders with other states will be sealed. They are closing down the borders. Now, closing down the borders is a little bit of it's not a scary thing. It's something they're doing because people are trying to get back home from Mumbai or Delhi or whatever. And with all that movement of people, they could be spreading the virus into states that don't have the virus yet, or into villages that don't have the virus yet. You know what I mean? So Rajasthan is closing down their borders. You can't drive from Delhi into Rajasthan or Haryana into Rajasthan until March 31. And I feel like this could happen in other states in India, right? If you're trying to stop the spread into other states and into villages, you've got to close down the borders. So that could leave me stuck in this state and unable to get back home to Delhi. I was planning to go back to Delhi in a few weeks. But yeah, who knows if they're going to close down the borders? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we might be stuck in certain places for a while, okay? So that's what came out of Rajasthan, no? So just be aware of that, and yeah, you might see this happening a bit more. Let's wait and see. I don't know. It's just something which I'm thinking about at the moment. So that's where we're at here in India. India is taking, I think, quite good steps to stop the spread of COVID-19. And they've even been taking steps before my home country of New Zealand has been taking steps. They closed the borders and cancelled visas before my country, New Zealand, did. So, yeah, I feel like the government's doing something right here. So, chalo, question time. And I need to go over your super chats as well. Let's go to the super chats first. I need to open up a web page here, guys. Let me just refresh this. Can see you guys there commenting. Hello. Sydney, Australia. Awesome. Now let's see. Got a few super chats here. From Toby. Hey, Carl. How does the corona crisis... Okay, the English is wrong. Hey, Carl. How will the corona crisis affect the poor people in India and the poor Indian scammers? Love your videos. Stay healthy. Toby, what can I say to that? I haven't thought about it, to be honest. It's affecting everybody. I don't know how it's going to affect the poorest of the poor people, but they always get hit hardest when anything happens, right? Like, they can't go and stockpile food to people in the slums, right? They don't have good food stores. They don't have good sanitization. So the poorer people in India will be hit hardest. So that's probably what the government's thinking about and why they're imposing all these sanctions to protect these people. It's really scary if you don't have much money here and you can't look after yourself in India, okay? Thanks for the love, and I will stay healthy. Biggest complainer? Bro, I'm not going to read out your super chat. It's rude. And then you wrote, I was just kidding about that comment. Okay, fine. You can just don't kid about that, okay? It's rude. HN. Corona go, Corona go, Corona go, Corona go. I have no idea what that is. I read it's a meme, but I haven't checked out the meme, guys. Chalo, let's go over to the chat now. I'll stay for you guys for a bit. I'm so surprised that my internet connection has lasted this long. It's incredible. Yeah, I know the audio is not synced properly. That's my fault. I hope it's not too bad. Carl, where are you now? I'm in the Himalayas. Can't say exactly. Scammers are looking for me. I make enemies, you know. Carl, you look like PewDiePie. Brofist to you, brofist to you. Damn right I look like PewDiePie. PewDiePie's dad or PewDiePie on crack. Audio before, oh, 3 seconds, damn. I'll fix it after. Sorry guys, nothing I can do right now. Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl is my #1 subscriber. She's been with me since the beginning. She joined the channel memberships like the first person. She comments on every single video. Got to know her really well these days. Start a Reddit? Nah, don't feel like a Reddit. People always ask me to start a Discord too. Why? I know it's so we can connect, but we can connect like this, you know, in the chat, in the video comments. It's hard to have time for all these other things, you know what I mean? And I'm on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I always reply to comments on Instagram as well as Google, as YouTube, I mean. G'day from Australia. G'day, mate. Brofist. Brofist to you too. Everyone wants a brofist. Shout out, Dado. Weird guy. Here's a shout out for you. Al Ryan, wanted to let you know I am from Los Angeles and we are on lockdown and grocery store shelves are very empty. It's crazy. Yeah, this sounds exactly like what's happening in New Zealand right now. Exactly the same thing my brother's sending me photos of. So guys, like the advice is keep washing your hands. Wash them for 20 seconds like this, like that. Get your thumb like that, get under your fingertips. Keep washing your hands. Distance yourself socially from people. Keep like a meter from people. Don't go out. Stay at home. These are the things that I'm telling my family as well. Back in Delhi, please don't go out. Please just wait a bit. Manu's in Delhi right now. The pokey president of the United States of America. I'm from America. I just got back from my first trip to Mumbai and I absolutely loved it. I'm only 14 years old, but I loved experiencing Indian culture, especially the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel. Wow, awesome.